Good capture of old Charlie the Coyote this week. And the little triplets, they're doing so well. Ain't they beautiful? And Dirty Dan and Diane, they're packing lead. Welcome, friend. Welcome to the foothills of the Smoky. Another chapter of As the Ridge Turns here in East Tennessee. Now, man, I'll tell you, it's been hotter than a warm morning stove here. Welcome to the jungle. That's what it feels like, the humidity here. It's been a hot week. And I don't know how these little animals stand it, but they're moving around awful well. And I hope y'all had a happy 4th of July. It's so hot. We need some rain. We're supposed to get some here, but we haven't got it yet. Down at the pond, it's just a virtual swamp. Just a mud hole with weeds in it. But the animals are still down here. You just can't see them. So relax, take it easy, and let's see what stepped up from the cameras here last week. So let's get started. These little fawns, they're having a good time exploring their new world. And Mommy's overlooking them. They just like a bunch of kids, having a good time. But look who's following them around. Old Charlie the Coyote. He ain't up to no good. And there's that strange cat I haven't named yet. What do y'all want to name him? There's so many old feral cats. And that looks like Smoke right there. He's just watching around, seeing what's going on. Watching all these little fawns, I guess. They seem to be running everywhere. You're liable to see them anywhere. Ain't they beautiful? Just following Mom around, trying to grow up. And they nervous as a cat, but they're so curious. And here's the best I've had of the little triplets. Following Mom around. Ain't they beautiful? Rare to have triplets here year after year. Now here on the camera is a play-headed woodpecker. Right next to my camera, I got it behind an old dead log. He's checking that log out. He's having a good time himself. Rare to capture this woodpecker down on the ground. Ain't he beautiful? And other little birds, there's a little thrasher on the trail. And the only turkey I filmed this week was in the woods. I'd like to film them chicks again, but I didn't step in front of the camera. But old Dirty Dan did. He's out browsing these woods. Coming and going. They gotta eat, no matter how hot it is. And down at the acorn pile, I was on camera this week. Old Mr. Squirrel. Of course, he's always coming through here sometime or another. Loves to prowl in it. Down at the stump, there's a little robin sitting on the stump. They like to get up off the floor here of the wood. And there's old Woody, a little wood thrush. Ain't it beautiful? And here's a rare glimpse of a northern flicker woodpecker. Pretty colors on it, ain't it? And here is just a little squirrel. He seems to have a good time here. Always on this perch one time or another. Just doing their thing. Down at the cut, there's old Dirty Dan coming through. He's out prowling around. Always looking out though. Just crisscrossing in front of the camera. And the little deer, they use this crossing. Beats jumping up the rocks. But here's a precious picture right here. Mommy and her triplets passing through. They're growing, ain't they? And down at the old rock path, little old chipmunk here, ground squirrel, doing his thing. But here's what's strange. That looks like Dirty Diane right there. And that looks like Dirty Dan. Surprises me this time of year, hit at almost 100 degrees in the shade, packing leaves. This time of year. But they sure packing them. Packing them back to their den. And at the log, there's a little wood thrush. And a deer passing through. No pond this week passing through. And little Chucky. But there's old Mr. Groundhog, Dirty Dan. Got to check things out as he moves on through. Right on the camera. And of course, little Ricky. This is his spot. He's digging in something. But he's got to say hi every once in a while. Moving on. And at the tree, how the deer just browsing through. The doe. No ponds behind them. These are probably yearlings. But there's old Dirty Dan. And he comes. He's moving on, packing leaves, I guess. Coming and a-going. And up the rock, all of them was Dirty Dan and Diane this week. They kept everything run off. They working so much. They just coming and going. They're really busy this week. But it gets too hot on them. But here they are packing leaves. Now, ain't that weird, they're packing leaves? It's one of three things. Either one, it's going to turn really cold and snow, which I doubt. Number two, they're going to have some young, which is kind of funny because it's too late in the season. Or three, they just doing some housekeeping. Or whatever it is, they sure packing the leaves. Watching the neighborhood too. But sometimes you just gotta lay down and take a nap. Too much work. Rest easy, Dan. Behind in the back door, there's a little wren chasing them bugs back there. And there's Dirty Dan coming in and out of the back door. And he's packing leaves through this way too. We'll see in time what happens over these leaves from packing them to the den, but he's sure been busy this week. Been working hard, hot as it is. But anyway, down at the pond, there's the coons during the day, digging around down here for grub, frogs, whatever. They seem to be after it. These are young coons too. And the deer's always down here browsing. Eat plenty of blackberries, but they won't give them a chance to ripen because they eat them. And I guarantee you Mommy's got her pond here. I just ain't seen it. She's just checking out this camera while she's browsing. And there's an old coyote run them off, coming through the weeds. See him there? Old Charlie. Down at the other camera? Yeah, animals are down here. It's just so growed up. You can't see the little bitty animal. And I don't want to cut it all back too much. It's too obvious for somebody to see my camera. So I have to just blend it in naturally. But these will get better in time. But these little animals are here. Come dark, yes, the old coon's just coming off the ridge. And they're into everything. And the possum. Out foraging. These possum loves these bugs this time of year. And the deer. Have you noticed the katydids just started this week? They're wearing it out. Last week of June, they really get started. There's a pretty little buck. Little young buck. Looks like its antlers is fixing to fork. Pretty buck. But the little fawn, they run around during the night too. But Mommy ain't far behind them. Ain't they pretty? This is the twins or the triplets. And they just browsing like everybody else is. But they gotta be careful. There's a real young one there, ain't been born long. The old coon, they're always into something, always fighting her amongst herself. And there's Freddy or Betty the fox. Down at the acorn pile, little possum passing through, chasing them bugs. Down at the cut, big old coon coming through. And the possum. Just a natural crossing area here where I place these cameras. Down the path, little possum passing through there. But here's another funny thing. Here's a possum packing leaves. As hot as it is. That's strange this time of year. Of course, they may be going to have more young, but it's awful late, too hot. Down at the log, they pass through here too. There's Freddy or Betty, passing through. And the old coons, you know they're passing through, always on the move. What can they get into? What's new? And they'll find something, but they got to stop and say hi every once in a while and move on. Down at the tree, that looks like old Crooktail. old Crook. And here's a strange one. There's old No-Tail. I haven't seen him in a month or so. I was getting worried about him. And there's a fox again. Freddy or Betty, I can't tell which one. All of them was the Coon up here. And a possum. They're still using it, they just ain't tripping my camera. They ain't filmed no skunk in a couple of weeks now. And at the back door, there's a possum coming in. And there's a possum coming out. It's just really hot. Down the ridge here, on the ridge top, there's that cat. Y'all think of a good name for it. And the old fox is passing through up here. But they gotta watch out. There's just too many animals moving around. Especially these predators. These foxes ain't the dominant ones. And the poor little old possum, they just do what they gotta do. It's hot night. And there's old Charlie. He's out there in the night too, for sure. Just chasing these little animals around. Down at the pond, there's a coon right in front of the camera. You know they're here. Just can't see them. On the other camera, they're there. Just can't see them for the weed. Come down. Little ponds is moving around on the ridge. They moving around everywhere. But they gotta watch out. These old coyotes, big as they are, moving with them. And I hope they do okay. But anyway, another day unfolds here on the ridge of these little animals. A hot day. But these little fawns is having a good time. They just enjoying life. Well, it's time for the little squirrels. It's hot on them too. So hot. But they have a good time. Always looking for that elusive nut. And they'll find it. So comical. Well, guys, that's just what stepped in front of the cameras this week. Stay cool. Take care of y'all self. Tune in next week. And God bless. And I'll see you next time.